You ever look at your bank account and think, okay, I'm good. Not rich, not stressed, just good. Bills paid, rent covered, a little money left over, maybe even a small savings cushion. You're not panicking when your card gets declined because it doesn't. You're not dodging calls from the bank. You're stable. And that feeling, that soft, warm, I'm fine feeling, it might be the exact reason you're slowly falling behind. Not dramatically, not in a way that wakes you up at 3 a.m. Quietly, like a leak you can't hear, and by the time you notice it, years have passed. There's this moment that happens to a lot of people. You get a steady job, your income is predictable, you know when your salary hits, your expenses are mostly under control, you've stopped checking your account every day. Groceries don't feel like a crisis. You can order food without calculating it down to the cent. You feel stable. You might even tell yourself, I've finally figured it out. I've had that moment too. And I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial psychology, and why so many smart people plateau financially without realizing it. I've been that guy who thought, all right, I made it to the safe zone. And then, months later, I'd look at my net worth and think, wait, why does this look exactly the same? Or worse, slightly lower. And that's when it hit me. Stability can be dangerous, not because it's bad, but because it feels finished. In this video, I want to walk you through something subtle, something most personal finance advice doesn't talk about. We're not going to yell about cutting lattes or grinding 18 hours a day. This is deeper than that. We're going to talk about how feeling financially stable can slowly make you poorer, how inflation, lifestyle creep, comfort, and invisible opportunity costs quietly chip away at your future, and more importantly, what to do about it. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and that's where everything changes. There's a big difference between maintaining and progressing, but they feel the same emotionally. Imagine you're on a treadmill. You're walking at a steady pace, you're not exhausted, you're not sprinting, you feel in control, comfortable. You could probably do this for hours, but you're not going anywhere. Financial stability is often like that treadmill. Your income matches your expenses, maybe you save a little, maybe you invest a bit, but your overall position doesn't meaningfully change. Let me give you a simple example. Say you earn $3,000 a month. Your expenses are $2,700. You save $300. That feels responsible, and it is compared to overspending. But at $300 a month, that's $3,600 a year. If your investments grow modestly, sure, that compounds. But if your lifestyle quietly inflates over time, that $300 shrinks. You feel stable, but your margin is thin. And here's why it matters. Maintenance doesn't build freedom. It preserves the present. If your job disappeared tomorrow, how long could you survive? 3 months? 6? That's not wealth. That's a buffer. The takeaway here isn't panic. It's awareness. Ask yourself honestly, am I building or am I just maintaining? If you're only maintaining, your next move isn't to slash everything. It's to increase your growth rate, increase your income, increase your savings percentage, increase your skill set. Maintenance keeps you afloat. Growth changes your life. Inflation doesn't feel dramatic. You don't wake up and see your rent double overnight. It creeps. Groceries are a little more expensive. Subscriptions raise prices by a few dollars. Insurance goes up. Fuel shifts. Dining out feels slightly heavier on your card. But if your income stays the same while prices rise, stability turns into decline. Here's a simple breakdown. If inflation averages 3% and your salary doesn't grow, you're effectively earning less every year. Your money buys less. Your savings lose purchasing power if they're not invested properly. Yet, emotionally, nothing feels wrong. You still pay your bills, you still go out occasionally, you still feel okay. But okay 5 years ago is not okay today. I remember looking at my old salary and thinking, that was fine back then. And it was. But if I were earning that same amount today, I'd feel squeezed. The problem isn't just math, it's perception. We anchor to comfort. We think in terms of cash flow, not purchasing power. So what do? You aim for income growth that beats inflation. That might mean negotiating raises, learning high-value skills, starting something on the side, investing consistently instead of letting cash sit idle. If your income isn't growing faster than the cost of living, you're moving backward, quietly. This one is subtle. You get a raise, maybe 10%. You feel proud, you should. Then your lifestyle shifts slightly. Better apartment, new car lease, upgraded phone, more frequent takeout, nicer clothes. Nothing outrageous, just upgrades. And suddenly your expenses rise almost exactly as much as your income. You're stable again, but not ahead. Lifestyle creep isn't about being irresponsible. It's about emotional justification. You tell yourself, I worked hard. I'm not overspending. This is normal. And it is normal. That's the point. Normal is expensive. Here's a small story. A friend of mine doubled his income over 5 years. On paper, that's huge, but when we talked about savings, he admitted he wasn't much further ahead. His rent doubled, his car payment increased, his travel budget expanded, his daily habits scaled with his salary. He felt successful, but financially, he was still living month to month. Why this matters? If your expenses rise with your income, you lock yourself into needing that income forever. The antidote? Upgrade your investments before you upgrade your lifestyle. When you get a raise, decide in advance that a portion goes straight to investing. Automate it. Treat it like a non-negotiable bill. Let your lifestyle grow slowly. Let your assets grow aggressively. When you're struggling financially, you're alert. You look for opportunities. You're hungry. You think creatively. But once you're stable, that urgency fades. You stop looking for better jobs. You stop learning new skills. You stop exploring new income streams. Not because you're lazy, because you're comfortable. Comfort feels safe, but it also reduces growth. Think about it like this. If you're slightly uncomfortable in your current situation, you're more likely to act. But if everything is fine, you delay change. I've done this. I stayed in a role longer than I should have because it was predictable. The pay was fine. The stress was manageable. I told myself, why risk it? But the real risk was stagnation. 5 years of comfort could cost you hundreds of thousands in lost income growth. The takeaway? Manufacture healthy discomfort. Set bigger financial goals than your current situation demands. Surround yourself with people aiming higher. Track your net worth monthly. When you see slow growth, let it bother you a little. Not enough to panic, just enough to move. A steady paycheck feels secure. It's consistent, reliable, predictable, but it's also dependent. One company, one industry, one stream. If that disappears, your stability vanishes with it. True financial strength isn't just about income, it's about optionality. Can you walk away from your job if you need to? Can you survive 6 months without income? Do you have investments producing returns? If your stability relies entirely on trading time for money, you're secure only as long as things change. And things change. So what's the move? Start building assets, even small ones. Invest in index funds, build a side project, create something that earns independently of your hours. Develop skills that increase your market value. The goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow, it's to reduce dependence over time. Stability based on a single pillar is fragile. Stability based on multiple streams is resilient. This one hurts a bit. When you feel stable, you often stop asking, what else could this money be doing? If you keep large amounts in low-interest accounts because it feels safe, you lose potential growth. If you avoid investing because it seems complicated, you lose compounding time. Let's say you delay investing for 5 years because you're comfortable. Those 5 years at the beginning of your investing journey are often the most powerful, thanks to compounding. But because there's no immediate penalty, you don't feel the loss. Opportunity cost doesn't send you a bill, it just quietly subtracts from your future. The takeaway here is simple. Learn the basics of investing. Automate contributions. Let time work for you instead of against you. Stability shouldn't mean idle money. It should mean strategic growth. This one is psychological. You associate low financial stress with success. And yes, low stress is good. It's healthier. It's better than constant anxiety. But low stress doesn't equal forward motion. You can feel calm and still be stagnant. Sometimes real progress comes with short-term stress, learning something new, negotiating pay, starting a side income, investing during market uncertainty. It's uncomfortable, but growth often is. The goal isn't chaos, it's intentional challenge. If your finances feel calm but unchanged year after year, that's a signal. Ask yourself, what would the next level actually require of me? More learning, more risk, more discipline? Comfort is a great place to rest. It's a bad place to stay forever. If you've made it to financial stability, that's an achievement. Seriously, a lot of people never get there. You should feel proud. But don't mistake the middle for the end. Stability is the foundation, not the destination. If you stop there, inflation eats away at you, lifestyle creep traps you, comfort slows you, opportunity cost compounds against you instead of for you. And the scariest part? You won't notice right away.